So tonight I'm going to do the interview with Konstantia. She's one of my personal coaching clients. We worked together and she successfully found a job in Switzerland just a couple of weeks ago, or already 1 or 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Time goes fast. And she's here tonight with us, and she's going to tell us her story from start to finish with all the details to get you inspired as much as possible. So, Constantia, thank you so much for being here today with us and sharing your story. And I suggest that you just get started and tell us a little bit about yourself, maybe a little bit about your background, and then where you started in your job search, what kind of the challenges you have, and then how you got started with it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, starting from very young, I was born in Greece, moved to Australia quite young in '85 when I was around 3. So basically being raised in Australia and did my education there. Completed a double bachelor degree of electrical engineering and business administration. And during that time, I took a year off to do an internship in Germany for Bosch. After completion, after I finished my studies, then I started working for a wind turbine manufacturing company for about 6 years, where I actually moved to 3 different locations. So doing Australia, China, then Denmark. Finally, ended up going on maternity leave, decided to leave Denmark. So we spent a year, basically a year, just traveling around southern France, figuring out the next move. And as my fiance found a job in Zurich, then we decided to settle here. And that's kind of where my job hunting started, which was around this year in February. I wouldn't say it was full time because I still had a 1-year-old to take care of, but I think, starting the job hunting was not very successful because I was kind of already wanting to move direction in my career and applying for different companies that was not in my area was just impossible. But it was more about just sending an application, replying to a job post, writing a cover letter, and that was basically it. So I didn't really do any follow-up or anything. Actually, I registered also at the unemployment office thinking that they would provide some insight or how to help in job hunting. I didn't benefit at all from that. And then I think I engaged with you, I'm not sure, in April?
Yeah, exactly.
Around that time. So yeah, I spent more time kind of completing the sessions with your coaching and the questions and tips and tricks rather than just applying for all sorts of companies again and any sort of job. But I narrowed my search a lot to actually like power sector, which is where I'm in, the power renewable, anything related to that. Even though it was more business related, it was still difficult to go into a different industry. What else can I say? So I think my biggest challenge was firstly figuring out what I wanted to do after having a year and a half off work and getting outside my comfort zone. So I was never the type of person that would call randomly a company to ask about a job. I was very easy at doing that personally. I can create networks and socialize very, very easily, but when it comes to professional aspect, it's totally the opposite. So actually the best thing that worked for me was just realizing that all I had to do was just socialize and network professionally, sort of just use what I did personally, professionally, and it worked very well. There were the main things that I can think about.
Okay, so you basically you started narrowing down your search to a very specific area, to
Yeah.
power.
Yeah.
And what was the next thing that you did? Did you build sort of a company list, or how did you go from there?
Yeah, I had a company list, some contact people. I did also attend quite a few events, like a professional women's group, which is set up in Switzerland for 30 years now.
Hmm.
So that was also good in terms of networking. Yeah, I contacted some people on LinkedIn just asking about the company, what they thought of it, etc. But which is something I would never have done before. So
Okay. So these people that you reached out to on LinkedIn, what were these kind of people? Were these hiring managers or peers or HR
no, it's
people?
just firstly, just employees, not HR and not line managers.
Hmm. So people on the same level in a career that you are.
Yeah, or yeah, people that were just kind of coming across my profile, then I would actually get into them and start asking them questions and stuff. But the other thing that I already did is I looked at my network professionally, and if there were any companies here that I knew, people that I would ask for referrals or ask for advice about their company here specifically. So then I got in touch directly with people in those specific companies, finding out a bit more about the culture and how it is working there, etc. So,
Hmm.
and also forwarding my CV and application letters to those people that already had a connection to those companies.
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah.
And with your current network, so with your existing network back then, how did you approach these people to help you for the job search or to leverage your existing network?
Hmm. I didn't. I didn't do too much of networking in that sense. I did personally again, like through the professional women's group.
Hmm.
I connected with people on LinkedIn, asked some questions about the company, and kind of got contact through them. But through LinkedIn, it was just a few. It wasn't that many because researching the companies and trying to figure out exactly what those companies did was a bit more tricky. I did also meet with some headhunters. Um, but again, I didn't really find them very useful.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Okay.
in the
Okay.
end, it was just kind of looking at specific companies that I had heard about through friends of friends, and then I
Hmm.
started investigating.
Okay. So you got a lot of information from your network and the people that your network knew. So
Yeah,
friends of friends as well.
pretty much.
And what did you do with that specific information? So when somebody said something about the company or something about a change or something, what did you do with that information then?
Well, for example, I mean, for this job that I have now, at least with the company, I wasn't even considering or looking at that company until I was at a birthday party for a 2-year-old and started talking to someone, and they were telling me that when I explained what I had done previously, they said that definitely they would be interested in my profile. And yes, the company had its challenges, but it definitely needed some structure and change management and things like that. So that's when I started looking at the company and also asking for their assistance on getting me the inside job profile.
Mm-hmm.
Um, or the same with just some other LinkedIn contacts. I was just getting some insight on the internal job posts.
Okay, okay.
That's basically what I was using those sorts of contacts for.
Okay, so initially at the start at the birthday party, you said.
Yeah, that
Um,
was for one company. For the others, it was just people that I knew. I'd connect on LinkedIn, ask them a few questions, and then I would ask some information on sending me the inside job portals.
okay, okay. So the inside jobs, you mean the jobs that are in only posted internally?
Exactly. Or they post them internally first.
Okay, okay, okay. And these were these people that you knew already for a long time, or were these new contacts?
No, one of them, one I had known for a while, and two were new contacts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, and were these people very hesitant with helping you, or were they very, very open?
No, they were pretty open, very open.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, very good. And once you got that information from the inside, these leads, from the inside, these jobs, the internally posted jobs. What did you do then after that?
In general, it was just, it depended how much the job posting was showing. So if it wasn't showing enough, then I would ask for more information on that specific role, asking where exactly is that division, what do they do. So I wanted to find out more information specifically for the role. Who were they reporting to? Some was easier to get than others, but that's basically what I used the information for.
Okay, so you played a lot of detective.
Yeah, curiosity.
Very good, very good. Okay, and you asked the people that you already knew about this information about the divisions and departments and teams and things like that.
Yeah, of course, what they could get, they would tell because some of the companies were quite large.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, with smaller companies, it's easier, but with the large ones, it takes some time.
Mm-hmm.
But that's basically what I got out of them. And also, if there was a job that I had applied for, then I would mention that I knew this person, etc., etc.
Okay, okay. So tell me the story from the job that was eventually successful.
Okay, actually, I applied for a temporary role, thinking that having some experience in Switzerland would be beneficial because I was talking to a lot of people and they were saying that it was very difficult to work here unless you had some experience. And in actual fact, it was a lower level. And when I went to the interview with HR, they told me that I was overqualified for it, and they had asked me if I could apply for more senior roles.
Mm-hmm.
So they also passed on my CV and information to other areas and had already spoken to the same line manager for another senior role. So when I actually saw the other role and applied for it and called the line manager again, he already had heard of me because
Okay.
I had spoken to him. So eventually, this was a more senior role, and I went for the interview with him, and that's the one that I got.
Okay, okay. So the line manager that you called up, this was the same one that you had the interview with before, or was another one?
No, see, I only had an interview with HR the first time for the temporary role,
Okay,
and then because they asked me to apply for something else, then I had the interview for the other role with the line manager.
okay, okay, okay. Very good. And was it easy to reach the hiring manager?
Yeah, no problem. He spoke to me. I think the first time I called was for the temporary role, and actually he was supposed to call me back, and he didn't. But I guess the second time, because he had already heard my name from HR, then he actually took the time to speak to me, and basically that was a pre-interview, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And we set up a face-to-face meeting, and that's, yeah, I attended that after a few weeks or something.
Okay, okay, very good. So the role that you initially applied for, the temporary position, was it just a role that was published, and or did you have some inside contacts there?
Um, I think it was published, if I
Mm-hmm.
remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And did you have somebody in the company helping you with that role, or it provide you any insights during the process?
Yeah, there was just one contact who knew about the application that I was going through, and well, he just gave me some insight on the area and who it was working for. But
Mm-hmm.
he didn't really say much about the role. Yeah.
Okay, okay, interesting. So your journey was quite a short one, from start to
Yeah,
finish.
well, I think it was long at the beginning when I was applying for not the right field, but when I actually applied for my area, I think also mentioning his name did help
Yep.
because even though I applied for other companies with my in my field, it was still, yeah, not really applicable. I don't know. I still got quite a few rejections, so it could also be for the language. This didn't require any German.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas some of the ads maybe had required some German. So that
Okay.
was the other challenge.
Okay, okay. So when you look at your journey on your job search that was eventually successful, what do you think was the key factor, or are the key factors that made you successful?
Picking up the phone, um, really just talking to people, even when you're out having a drink, just talking about work and job and what you th what you would like, where people work, getting some tips on how they found a job,
Hmm.
that sort of stuff. So basically, just thinking in the back of your mind, everywhere you are, how could this be some like a job prospect, or how
Hmm.
what information can you get from people?
Okay, so basically combining the socializing aspect with the job search, and
Yeah,
everywhere you are, just keep networking, keep socializing, keep talking to people, and keep getting that information out from those people, and keep building the relationships.
yeah, absolutely. And also, if there is a job ad that you see, then just apply super fast and don't take too long
Hmm. Hmm.
because sometimes they disappear very fast. Before you can actually get your thoughts down for an application, the job's already gone.
Hmm. Absolutely, of course,
Had that happen. So,
of course,
mm,
absolutely. And what would you say? What would you recommend to people who are currently in job search or just starting with their job search in Switzerland? What would be your recommendation for them?
oh, don't give up. um, Definitely, I wouldn't do it full time every day because I think you go a bit crazy.
Yeah, I know what you
But
mean. Yeah,
figuring out what you want to do first is a huge help,
yeah.
and sticking to one sort of field and area, um, and just always having in the back of your mind, even socially, what sort of questions you can ask to friends or others about a job, even if it's not specifically for a company or a role, just asking about what is the working environment in Switzerland and etc.
Hmm.
I think depending on the company and also for women, it could be a bit more challenging. Also, your age, because then some employers, if it's a startup, I know some employers are not so keen on having a female 30-year-old working
Hmm. Hmm.
because of the
Hmm.
possibility of having kids and stuff. But yeah, I think the larger companies are probably a bit more different and a bit more open on that aspect.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Very good insights. Okay. Very good. So, the tagline of Jodico is basically career excellence through relationships.
Mhm.
What does that mean for you in your specific case?
Hmm. Well, I think it's a good title.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, relationship building is definitely very important for your professional network as well. I didn't see the two connecting socially and professionally. I know that some people are better at it professionally, building relationships rather than socially, and I was the opposite. But actually, just applying one in the other, doesn't matter what domain or what aspect, works very, very well. So I think it's a perfect title.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you very much. Okay, that's good. So basically, connecting the two and not completely separating your the people that you call close friends and the people that you would rather just call colleagues. Really, just socializing for both with both areas as much as
Yeah,
possible.
absolutely. Trying to think of any sort of person that you've met as a relationship, both personally and professionally.
Okay, okay. Excellent. Very good. Very, very good. Thank you so much for providing the great story and the insights, and
Yeah.
for sharing your journey with us. So, I wish you a lot of success in your new job.
Thanks.
I wish you a fantastic rest of the week, and thank you once again for sharing your story and your insights.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Take
Thanks.
care.
Bye.
Bye bye.